We black out here. What is that? Get that off of there. 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 Excuse me. All alone, just you and me, privacy. Girl, you know. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. This is boring. I'm out. It just started, thumbnail lady. You always hating. You always want to roast about your toe. We don't want to hear about your toe, thumbnail lady. Golly. The toenail steals the show. Oh, man. Hey, thumbnail lady, thanks for the $10, though. I'm going to get me a Frappa Kappa cappuccino. Hey, I can get me 2 coffees for that. I really appreciate that. I'm going to get me 2-3 coffees. Now, that was real nice of you, thumbnail lady. You talk a lot of mean stuff, but thumbnail lady, you actually have a heart. I understand, though. With a toe like that, you got to have a mean streak. With a toe like yours, you must have a mean streak. I get it. I get it. Yeah, with a toe like that, you got to have a mean streak with a toe like that. You feel me, thumbnail lady? With a toe like yours. How my boy Will be saying, you feel me? Yeah, with a goddamn toe like yours, you got to have issue. So ain't nobody thinking about no damn thumbnail lady. Let me see if I'm having a bad hair day. I just woke up. Yeah, I'm taking that off. I'll take that off. Taking that off. Yeah, I'm just chilling. The toenail lady. See, all right now, D Tate, don't do it. If you grin, you in with that lady. Oh, this motherfucker talking about getting back to you tomorrow. Oh, so the thumbnail lady, that's a fake heart. See, you know what? Thumbnail lady, I thought you was a good person. I see right now you just an imposter. I really had you down for a good person, thumbnail lady. You really fooled me. Nah, thumbnail lady a big softy. What's up, D-Take? Hey man, but we messed up, y'all. I ain't gonna front to you. We messed up. There's a lot going on. Talk about psych, you wrong. Hey, it's a lot going on we ain't talking about. I know I like to shoot the bobo, talk trash with the best of them, but we got to talk about some current event. I got some other stuff I'm gonna talk about on my main channel, but we got to talk about this. Yeah, because we black out here. Well, we can't just be distracted all the time. Because, man, we about to be messed up, Jack. Y'all check this out.
issue that's decided every presidential election for the last decade: border security. Trump got elected on building a wall in 16. In 20, we couldn't protect our borders from a Chinese virus. This election year, the border is the top issue again. The second biggest concern, the government. See what's going on here? Now, this poll was taken before Biden's migrant murdered a college kid in Georgia and another Biden migrant sexually assaulted a kid in Virginia. So expect these numbers to go up. And it's not just safety. We're losing money. We're spending billions treating illegals like visiting foreign dignitaries, lavishing them with free hotel rooms, culturally appropriate meals, spending money, phones, college tuition, sex changes. Do not forget about the sex changes. But the government doesn't want you to know about it. Rachel Campos Duffy tried checking into a secret migrant hotel in Arizona. Watch.
What you're seeing is basically an unmarked building. All signage is removed. That's
Hold up. Wait a minute. They paying for the migrants to have sex changes. Who the hell paying for the migrants to have sex changes? The taxpayers are paying for the migrants to have sex changes? Jesus. And guess what, y'all? If they have sex changes, they on that medicine. They on that medicine for life. Jesus. I ain't about to talk about this topic no more because that's big pharma. I am scared of them people. They gangster. One of my goddamn gas was on.
the first sign you know that this is an NGO, a non-governmental organization, in this case, Casa Alitas, who is housing illegal immigrants. Let's go inside to see what happens. We're trying to rent a room.
Oh, no, we don't rent rooms.
Why? Isn't this a hotel?
We don't. Can you guys get off the property, please?
Is this not a hotel?
Can you please exit the property? It's private property.
But is this where illegals are being housed with government funding?
Can you please get off our property? All of you, please. I'm gonna call the police. You need to leave, please.
But I need to know what it is. Oh, Casa Alitas. This is Casa. This is an NGO paid for by government money.
We're not gonna answer any of your questions.
¿Podemos hablar? Tú puedes hablar con nosotros si quieres. Yeah.
No, sorry, guys. You guys cannot come into our shelter.
To be seen, directions to a hotel, the aeropuerto.
Now, when Rachel went back to the hotel later, security threw rocks at her car and bloodied up her cameraman.
What are you gonna do about it?
Oh, touch
With
it.
Move! Move! Dang.
And they take our money and disrespect us. And if the government's so proud of their so-called compassion, why are they hiding it from cameras? Biden's paying his hotel owner donor.
God dang. Boy, they whipping behind for them illegals, boy. Jesus Christ. Man, what in the world is going on? What in the world? So they slap around the cameraman, they do all this stuff. What the world? What is the big secret? Hey, black people, we in trouble, boy. They new voter base, they treating them like angels, boy. They can beat up the police and get out. They can rob, kidnap, steal, and get to drive a bus, get on the bus and get on go to another state. Man, we done fucked up, buddy. I'm telling you.
With our tax dollars. He's importing foreign hotel guests to line the pockets of hotel CEOs and then hands you the bill. The migrants see us as rich whales they can squeeze. This Venezuelan migrant laid out the scam. Break in, drop a baby, and be a welfare king.
A todas esas mujeres.
To all those women that find themselves pregnant and are in Latin America, please come have your baby in the United States. And if you get married, you'll get more back in taxes. And, well, if you have 5 or 6 children, can you imagine? My daughter is American and she gave me citizenship. She pays our rent. She pays our bills. She gives us $1,500 a month since she was born. I have 6 months in the USA and I have everything you don't have. Citizenship, residency, a good car, and a good apartment.
Now, what
Now that right there just made me furious. That just made me furious. What in the I don't know why it made me mad because a man is saying this. I guess if it was a woman, it wouldn't be so bad because, we kind of used to that. We used to, my mother was on welfare. We used to women being on welfare. But to have a man say this, he just proud to say he ain't shit. Yeah, since this baby was born, I get $1,500 a month. I got a good car. He finna have more babies. Man, I told y'all, the hood finna be all goddamn from overseas people. They don't look at the hood over here as rough. They got bombs and explosions in their hood. They ain't just no gunfire. Boy, look here. Wait till these people get some guns in their hands. Lord have mercy. With all the destruction and devastation they done seen. They done seen war. Salute to you. Bitcoin, crypto. They done seen fucking war. But this is sad. Now that they know we this weak, man, they finna said, this dude look like he can get his ass out and work. He look young. But now they about to send, look at this, this is a young dude. They about to send all these dudes over here to have babies in America just to get on the tit. Thanks a lot, America. More taxes for Americans to pay for motherfuckers that just come over here to take advantage of our weak system. That'll teach them. Maybe we Americans ought to get together and say, hey, check this out. Unless you politicians are going to fit the bill for all these illegals you love with, we're going to change our tax laws where we're not paying. We get to allocate our tax funds to what we wanted to. Because this is ridiculous. We are paying for other people to come over here and have babies to further put a strain on the tax person. Thanks a lot. The wall going up.
Out the scam. Break in, drop a baby, and be a welfare king.
A todas esas mujeres.
To all those women that find themselves pregnant and are in Latin America, please come have your baby in the United States. And if you get married, you'll get more back in taxes. And, well, if you have 5 or 6 children, can you imagine? My daughter is American and she gave me citizenship. She pays our rent. She pays our bills.
Did this mother trucker say 5 or 6 children? So wait a minute. You gonna come over here and have 5 or 6 children for us to pay for? Hey, we need the largest deportation in United States history. Yeah, we need the largest deportation in United States history. I see why they country don't want their motherfucking ass. They don't want to work. Look at this motherfucker. He probably don't even like this baby. He just want to sit over here and live off, make somebody else work. Listen to what he's saying. He's not finna help America. This ain't the type of people we want in America. This motherfucker ain't pushing society forward. He's gonna pump out generation after generation of kids so that he could just get some money. And he might teach them that shit. This is horrible. We getting the worst of the worst from other people's countries. The lazy of the laziest. Because they want to come over here and get free money. All they see in America is free money. Right. Why are they gonna work? $2,500 in benefits, a place to stay. They used to living in some worse rundown conditions than the hood. The hood is a walk in the park for them. This is a shame. This is America. We'll take care of your kids. America. Come over. Come over. We got you.
She gives us $1,500 a month since she was born. I have 6 months in the USA and I have everything you don't have. Citizenship, residency, a good car, and a good apartment.
Now, when American women get pregnant, the government helps them stay single, work, and have an abortion. When a migrant gets pregnant, the government helps them cross the border, have the baby, get married, don't work, and put their hand out. Primetime producers crunched the numbers. A migrant family of 4 in New York could get over 20 grand a month in freebies. 500 a night at a hotel, 130 a day for food, and having 2 kids in public school costs us 5 grand a month. We didn't even tack on Mayor Adams' $1,000 cash gift cards, the free healthcare at the ER, or the free phones and free lawyers, or the $400,000 in free college tuition per dreamer. Meanwhile, taxpayers with jobs in New York pay.
Excuse me, sir. What did you just say again, sir? Excuse me, sir. I didn't hear what you just said. Mama say, mama sa, mama kusa. Sir, what did you just say, sir? Did you say what you couldn't, I'm at a loss for words. I can't believe this. I just got to rewind this back. This can't be true. I know this ain't Build Back Better. This guy got to be a flat out liar. I don't know. Build Back Better. This is what the slogan, these nice ass slogans was said. Build Back Better. Now you telling me with what this man is saying, $400,000 for every dreamer's college tuition. That's basically free education. Because you can get $400,000 to each American kid, and they will have a nice education. Nice. So you're gonna educate illegals better than us. You're going to allow them to stay married and don't kick them out the home when they have babies. You give them more money so they can succeed and stay together. They can get up to $15,000 for staying together. $15,000, $20,000 to stay together while you give black women more money to talk about how single and strong they are. Holy shucks. Holy shucks.
Gets pregnant, the government helps them cross the border, have the baby, get
A good car and a good apartment.
Now, when American women get pregnant, the government helps them stay single, work, and have an abortion. When a migrant gets pregnant, the government helps them cross the border, have the baby, get married, don't work, and put their hand out. Primetime producers crunched the numbers. A migrant family of 4 in New York could get over 20 grand a month in freebies. 500 a night at a hotel, 130 a day for food, and having 2 kids in public school costs us 5 grand a month. We didn't even tack on Mayor Adams' $1,000 cash gift cards, the free healthcare at the ER, or the free phones and free lawyers, or the $400,000 in free college tuition per dreamer. Meanwhile, taxpayers with jobs in New York pay thousands to live in a closet.
Welcome to my 80 square foot apartment that I pay $17.50 for.
This apartment's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps long.
I'm basically living in an RV or van without wheels.
New Yorkers aren't stupid. They're seeing migrants living large on the news while they get pounded for rent and groceries.
These guys are receiving like $4 grand a month. $4 grand a month to live in hotels and buy things and stuff. I'm like, aren't we the ones in need? Mm-hmm. The people from the United States? Well, on top of that, we're giving away money to other countries. We're the ones in need. Like, this is ridiculous. That's why I've never voted in my life, and I'm voting this year for Trump.
I say we flip it. Walk.
Hey, that man say, you can tell he's serious. He stayed in the same even kill. I look here, this is ridiculous. That man got gloves on right now, going out grinding and getting it. You talk about an American dream. He's trying to live the American dream, and he over here getting taxed like a mug. That man say, you know what? I never voted in my life, but this year I'm gonna vote, and I'm voting for Trump. Oh man, that is crazy. Dang, KB Fox got you looking bad out here. N8, you want to come up here and tell me how Fox got me looking bad out here? You want to come up and tell me? Because I'll give you time to tell me on the link. Don't tell me in the chat. Tell me on the link. Fox got me looking bad. You can tell what kind of dude that is. But this is sad, bro. This is sad. I don't understand the brainwashing of people, but if you can't feel the vibes of what's going on out here, if you don't know the cost of milk, if you don't know the cost of gas, if you don't know the cost of just about everything, if you don't know the cost of just about everything, this is sad. Why are people that's coming over into our country getting treated better than the people that's already in the country? Can anybody explain this to me? Why is anybody coming to our country getting treated better than the people that's already in this country? Is that what Build Back Better is about? Can someone explain it to me?
To Mexico, claim asylum because the libs are persecuting me. Emma has another baby. Oh my God. And wait for the checks to roll in. Kevin O'Leary is the chairman of O'Leary Ventures. Kevin, this is really audacious what not only our government's doing, but what these migrants are doing.
Well, clearly the 2016 election that had this as you pointed out earlier, a number one issue. It's changed a little bit this time. First of all, it's policy unresolved that's turning back into politics. And that's a little unusual because right now on a bipartisan basis, this is the number one issue. But now it's at the state level because the cities that have turned into migrant sanctuaries are burdened with this incredibly expensive metric that you're detailing here. But it's not just New York. Chicago's got issues. Many cities have issues. And all of a sudden, the people that vote, and here we are 9.5 months, 10 months away from the election, are realizing the impact of this unresolved 2016 issue now hitting them right in their own jurisdiction. And so I predict this probably becomes the number one and maintains that status as both sides turn this into a huge fight. But now it's hit home. I mean, New York's got lots of other problems these days, but this one's getting up to the top of the New York charts. Right. And I think that's going to make it even more unstable and really going to be a very interesting outcome in terms of the general election.
What does this do, though, to the country's foundation? If you have overwhelming waves of migrants moving into these gorgeous cities and then it bankrupting these cities, the services aren't as good, the streets aren't as good, and a lot of the families living in the cities move out because they can't afford it and don't want to deal with the drama. And then they go to the counties and they go to the suburbs. What does this do to the country at large?
Well, that's already happening. The competition of states started 5 years ago when all of a sudden taxes and inefficiencies and poorly run jurisdictions started seeing people leave. And you can count San Francisco as one of those places. You can now count the state of California. You can count the 1,200 license plates that are changed into Florida from New York State every day. And so that's happening anyways before the migrant issue hit. The more successful.
Do y'all see the through line on the cities that he's naming? I voted one time in my life, but this time I'm voting for Trump. Call me what you want. Salute to you. They say, call me what you want. Hey, I heard that. Man, look. This shit is crazy, man. This cult-like mentality is crazy to me, man. Niggas act like they winning something. This shit is crazy. People are literally leaving these states in real life. The numbers are there. The murders, the way the city gets ran. That's why the first thing I said was, oh shit, Atlanta's a sanctuary city. I got to get the hell on. Like, no. I love Atlanta, but no, I got to get the fuck. I'm probably going to Florida. I'm going back to Florida. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out where. Orlando. Am I going to move to Mar-a-Lago? I don't know where the fuck I'm going to go. But I can't be here. I got to be in a state that understand. Goddamn, I'm paying my money for my interests, not for everybody goddamn else's. That's like goddamn. That's like you buying all the groceries for the house, but you got a bunch of visitors in your house and your kids eat last. It's like, okay, yeah, whoa, we all can eat. But one thing about it, my kid gonna eat first. If I'm purchasing the food for the group, at least let my children eat first. They got us as Americans, we footing the bill, but we eating last. There's no respect in that. I want the big piece of chicken, goddammit. We paying the damn bill. I want the big piece of chicken. How you gonna goddamn let us pay the bill as Americans and we get the small piece of chicken and you giving the migrants all the chicken? I'm sure them New Yorkers up there, them New Yorkers that's from New York, they love $15,000, $20,000 a month. Hell, they wouldn't be leaving New York. They would love to live in New York with $20,000 a month coming in. They would love it. I know some people that'll be balling up there in New York. They'll know how to move around New York real nice with 20 bands. San Francisco mayor and her millions is too busy telling everyone everything is fine. Everything ain't fine. They got feces on the street. Yeah, it's weird we got problems here where we help other countries because they making so much money out of it. They're not here to help us Americans. They here to bring some people over here to help them fight with their totalitarian mindset. If they pay these illegals better than they pay us, they done brought some goddamn soldiers over here to deal with these white boys that's up in the mountains. I'm telling you what it is. Allegedly, I think I snapped. They done bought some foot soldiers over here. They done let some Chinese over this mother trucker, this mofo. They done let some Chinese illegals in this mofo. They done let some of them Spanish jokers over here in them mofo. They done let some of them gang members from all them different gangs over in this mofo. So when them white boys come out them hills, they got their little voter base. Hey, look here. We've been giving y'all $20,000 a month now. Y'all got to deal with these white boys because coming out these goddamn woods. They're going to start dropping off them military grade guns in the hood again. But this time, some militant jokers from overseas going to be picking them up. They got some soldiers to help do what they need them to do now, I'm telling you. We ain't got them fingerprinted. They don't even want them to go to jail. They left the re off the Build Back Better. Salute to you, A-Train. Man, because you know them white boys, the only thing that's stopping them is them white boys in them woods now. They know us niggas too busy dancing, too busy fighting each other, too busy stunting. We ain't got no cars and stuff to go through no woods. We got cars to just ride on the streets. We ain't got them backpacks and them survival kits and tents and shit to stay overnights in the woods in case it really go down. It's some white boys that still got that stuff. They ready to go. They still thinking about this country and how they granddaddy had it as their country. And they just waiting on something to pop off. So now they done got some in every neighborhood, they gonna wipe some Negroes out, boy. They got them right next to you now. That's why I'm getting in shape. Damn, that I see what's going on. We gonna have to run, boy. You gonna have to get this ankle in shape. Hey, for all the women out there that ain't got no man or uncle or something that got their back, you better get you one. Cause boy, look at here. Ain't no telling what these little horny jokers gonna do overseas. These jokers snatching women off campuses. That man, Lord have mercy. Protect these women at all costs. Ladies, get you a boyfriend that got a gun. Get you somebody. The nigga that used to walk you home in high school to make sure, the nigga that used to walk you to class and make sure you was there on time and he was late, go get that nigga. You don't got to give him none. Just be his friend. He'll still take care of you. Go on a date with him, because boy, these El Salvador, whoever these Negroes is coming from overseas, boy, they squabbling for y'all stuff out here, boy. They ain't asking. They just taking purses. And they trying not to even report on this type of crap. They trying not to even report on this. They gonna take from these ladies. The women got all the money. So when everybody goes starving, that's the first thing they gonna do is hit soft targets. Y'all women better get scrapped up. For real. Get you a little 38, 380. You know, something simple. Get you a shotgun, something you ain't got too busy to think about, and go practice.
Successful states like Tennessee, if you look at Nashville, it's the fastest growing city in America, have figured out a way to deliver goods and services on a very competitive basis. This is really about management. It actually is about management. Some cities are well managed, some states are well managed, and others are not. And now, post-pandemic, we have the competition of states. And I frankly think it's healthy.
I do too. And it's hurting the punching power of these blue states because you know what? They punch themselves in the face. Kevin, thank you so much.
Take care.
Click here.
I'm serious, ladies. Y'all better get strapped. They got this illegal situation is going to force couples to be together because it ain't all good being by yourself. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Men or women, but especially the women. You women are out here very successful. You're doing well. They're letting a lot of young military-age men over here in this country where you women are beautiful. You're used to wearing what you want. You're used to stepping out how you want. And some of these nasty, filthy some bitches ain't gonna understand our culture. And I'm telling you, you gotta be careful, ladies. Get you some mace, get you some something. Because these nasty jokers gonna be on the prowl. I'm telling you. But we got Mayor Tiffany Henyard and we got Rolland Martin. Man, that guy doggone Rolland Martin. He's a special type of guy, man. Excuse me. Rolland Martin is a special type of guy. It's like he in love with people of the same mindset, so to speak. He's in love with the same type of person. Like the guy disrespected King Randall, a guy who is bringing young boys to a facility to teach them how to be men. How do you grill and ice grill a guy like that? How do you give him tough questions? How do you argue with this guy? But with this lady that has the trustee board that has everybody saying that, you know, she's like this and she's like that, that have her on camera not being able to answer questions when she's asked directly, have you been to Vegas? Did you go to Vegas? Next question. Openly not being able to answer. Openly saying she don't even see her own name on a document about a truck that her name is signed on. This woman's name is signed on the dotted line for a leased truck. A leased truck. That's $150,000. And then when she said, go get the facts. When she told that beautiful sister, the black woman, to go get the facts, she read out all the facts. And she said, your name is on it. Would you like to see it? No, I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. So how do you not know as the mayor? See, a part of leadership, this is what they're leaving out. They got everybody so caught up in black and white and female and all this other stuff, these identity politics, that they're forgetting that a part of leadership is leading by example. And if you can't even answer a direct question, if you can't even say that, yes, this is my signature on this truck, then how can you be considered a leader? How can you be considered a leader? I'm just asking. Now let's get into this, y'all.
$2 million.
And what's your annual budget?
Our annual budget. Security is warranted due to the fact of threats and things of that. Position is $50,000, which was already there. And my township position is $224,000, which was already there. When I got sworn into either seat, it came with the salary, which everybody prior to me received.
Now, are both of those deemed full-time jobs?
Well, no, part-time.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so let's first deal with Dolton. So
Sure.
Your critics say that you have a significant security detail. First of all, how large is your police department in Dolton, and what is your security detail?
So we have about 45 officers in our village. My security is warranted due to the fact of threats and things of that nature. But what people are not stating is it's in our CBA. That's our collective bargaining agreement. That's our union contract. So it comes with the seat. That's what people are not saying. I didn't make this up. I didn't just create this and say, I want security.
How many officers is it?
How many officers is what?
On security detail.
I'm not gonna say how many due to the threats on my life. So,
but if it's in your CBA,
it is in my CBA. I'm not doing anything wrong. I even went to court due to the fact of people suing me saying I cannot have a security detail, and I won. The judge said I can't have a security detail because it's already in a CBA.
Okay, and so that's one of the issues there.
Mm-hmm.
You have other trustees who suggested that the city is in a deficit.
Mm-hmm.
What is the state of the city's finances?
So we are in a deficit, but it's not what everybody's claiming it to be. They're going around with false allegations of $5 million, $7 million, $8 million. It's all false. Our deficit is $2 million.
$2 million.
$2 million.
And what's your annual budget?
Our annual budget is $30 million.
$30 million? $30 million.
Yep.
And so what led to that deficit?
So it comes from them not paying bills. So say for instance, we have a board meeting and they say, well, we're going to pull this out, pull that out. If they continue to pull bills out later on, what do you have? A deficit because the bills still due. It's like us not paying our mortgage or not paying our light bill. We still owe the money at the end of the month.
When you say they, who's they?
The trustees, the board, because the board is the one that votes to pay the bills.
So you have two types of government out there. You got strong mayor, city council, then you have city manager form of government. So mayor and the trustees control the city's finances.
Well, yes, when it comes to the budget, just the budget.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So in terms of who's deciding to pay the bills, so this deficit that you have, you're saying that's a result of the trustees not paying the city's bills?
Correct.
So how is the city going to pay the city bills if she's running around here spending up all the goddamn on money? If you put me in charge over an account and you're just not listening and you're spending all the money out of the account after we're saying, hey, don't spend this money, but you still have the credit card where you can swipe at the Juicy Crab and at luxury hotels and at this restaurant and that restaurant. So if you're just spending on 4 or 5 security details and all these lavish hotels and doing what you want to do, how can they pay the bill? And Rolland didn't even ask that. But watch how he treats King Randall though. A young kid who built the school. Listen how he treat King Randall. Let's listen to this.
We lost 41% of black businesses. And so does that petitioning government matter getting those contracts to you?
Absolutely. I definitely agree.
So that's something that you would also fight for?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm even encouraging some of my children to start businesses. So that's something they would have to look into. Absolutely.
But wouldn't you also want to have legislators who are in office who are more likely to support that initiative versus those who are against it?
Absolutely. I definitely agree.
Which means that in order to get those folks elected, we must be able to have uninhibited access to the ballot.
Right. Absolutely. But as far as seeing some of the things on the bill, you know, as far as the feeding and stuff like that, I mean, we not slow, and we don't have a learning disability. I believe some of those things we can get taken care of. We can go get IDs. We could go start a Black voter IDs matter and go help people go get their IDs. I mean, these are things we could do.
Yeah, but you keep going back to ID as if that's the only issue, and that's not the only issue.
Not the only thing. I'm just saying, like, that's one of the issues.
No, that's one. That's one. I read for you about 10 of them. That's one. So that's one particular thing right there. And so, but what's interesting though is that again, government plays a role in being able to change the condition of the life.
Now, mind you, this is the first time this man has had a conversation with King Randall. Rolland Martin is in his got to be early 50s, late 40s, early 50s. King Randall is like 21 or 20 at the time of this interview. He's like 20 or 21 at the time of this interview. And in the beginning of this interview, King Randall was letting him know, like, yeah, this is how I started school. Like, despite me not getting no help from the government, despite all of our Black leaders and so-called Black people not helping, at this point, he was calling people out. You know, he didn't know how this thing worked. If you trying to do things that he's doing, you got to deal with your district and your county. And they ain't going to deal with you if you're going to be vocal. You got to be quiet. And so he definitely got quiet. But this is an encounter between him and Rolland Martin for a young man that all he did was something positive, which is what they've been asking Black men to do, which is come back and help raise these single boys, these boys that are getting in trouble by these single mothers. They've been asking Black men for years to say, hey, come back and help out. And that's what this man is doing. He's serving his community. And this is what he's met with in Rolland Martin. He's not getting paid to do this. He's not an elected official. This woman is an elected official, and she's being sued by her own township. She's being sued by her own trustees. But he ice grills a young kid that took it upon himself that is teaching young men to not pull yourself up by your bootstraps, but a sense of pride that you can do it. It's a certain way that you carry yourself. It's a certain way that you behave. It's a certain way that you respect officers, and then it's a certain way they're going to respect you in return. We're going to learn how to shoot. We're going to learn how to fish. We're going to learn how to work on cars. We're going to learn how to be men. So why would Rolland Martin start ice grilling this man the way he's doing when instead of finding out how this man opened a school so that more young people can do what he's doing? And the young man was agreeing with him. Yes, I agree. I agree with that. Yes, I can agree with you on that. Yes, I'll have my young men look this up. But Rolland, that's not good enough for him. He's going to keep grinding that axe. So that he can get his soundbite, so that he can get his title. It's not your fight.
Lives of people as well. If there are people who are restricting our access to the ballot, they're restricting our ability to be able to change the conditions of various communities. So therefore, why would we not consider that to be an important issue, just like an important issue of being able to buy a school, fund a school, and when you say do for self? Because again, the people who I hear the most who yell do for self, you know what? They get a whole lot from government.
Mm-hmm.
That was an awkward silence, boy. Oh my goodness. I gotta show y'all what King Randall was like. King Randall was like, what in the world? He was like, this don't even make no sense. Like, why are you telling me this? This is exactly how King Randall was looking at him like, what? Like, why are you telling me this? I don't get no government funding. I don't get any government funding. Like, watch this. Like, I don't know why Rolland Martin was saying all this to him. It absolutely makes no sense. This man came up here, said something positive that we as Black Americans need to do for ourselves. There's things that we can do. And long as we start doing those things and start taking some self-awareness, self-accountability, and let's do it. And this man gets ice grilled by Rolland Martin. She might be a bad mayor, but with a mouth like that, King Kong would have never climbed a building with a white woman. Salute to you, A-Train. I want y'all to look at the awkwardness of this young man. He's sharp too, I can tell, because he looking at him like, dude, what the are you talking about?
The conditions of various communities. So therefore, why would we not consider that to be an important issue, just like an important issue of being able to buy a school, fund a school, and when you say do for self? Because again, the people who I hear the most who yell do for self, you know what? They get a whole lot from government.
Mm-hmm.
So when you say do for self, we can't divorce ourselves.
Oh shit! King Randall was like, "Oh, okay." What the fuck? Like that little head shake said it all. Like, oh, nigga, what? What are you talking about, clown? What are you talking about?
Government.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. That's it. Man, this don't make no sense how he did this young man. This was crazy. A young man started school only in America that a young man would they have done this to a black woman who started a school at such a young age? No, she would be praised on her brilliance and her ability to just think and start a school and black woman owned, and there would have been grants and there'd have been, and this is no hate for black women, this is just the facts. There would have been grant after grant. People would have been interviewing her. Hell, Oprah might have came out. Gail, who knows? It would have been the red carpet. It would have been the best thing since sliced bread that a young woman can do. But a young black man does it, and they get a guy with a triple chin to disrespect him on live TV. It's crazy. And we can't see this. That's why I say, don't call me no king. I don't want to hear your cliche bull crap. Just respect me like you respect them white boys. Soften up your voice like you do when you see them white boys. Show me your teeth like you show when you show them white boys. I want you skinning and grinning like you do when you see them white boys. I want you smiling. I want you jovial. I want you polite. Your shoulders roll a little bit more forward and you're not as boastful. Do me the same way that you do them white boys. Respect me like you respect them white boys. Think you're gonna get a life sentence for touching me too. I want the same respect of them white boys. Okay? Because I know how you get. The toughest of the toughest of our black men, bunny hop and smile around them white boys. The hardest of our black women and the prettiest of the prettiest act straight up like a princess around them white boys. Soften up their voice, act like a dainty lady around them white boys. So respect me like you respect them white boys. Like your favorite catchphrase, it's all about who we like. Absolutely. There you go. Another nigga hating on a nigga. There you go. Keep your head up. You ain't listening to Tupac, nigga. You always got your head down. You ain't respect nobody like you respect them white boys. Ain't you say you went to jail for shooting and killing a nigga? Or killing a black man? Ain't that what you went to jail for? You would never think of doing that to a white man. Nor should you have thought about it doing it to your brother. But I'm pretty sure you got a talk it out button for them white boys. So you don't have a talk it out button with your brother. You got to show that nigga a lesson button. They trained you well, though. They programmed you real good. You a little Negro peeing bot. You one of them niggas that show all teeth to them white boys, but when you see a nigga, you show your teeth. You grinning like you skin it up like a Doberman picture when you see a nigga. They trained you well, boy. They trained you well. All that skinning and grinning. I skin and get a grin around everybody. I'm a happy-go-lucky, jolly mother trucker. I got a lot to skin and grin about. I skin and grin around white folks, and I skin and grin around black folk. Because there ain't nothing to be mad at until there's something to be mad at. Why the hell you walking around here so mad all the time?
So when you say do for self, we can't divorce ourselves from the reality of the role that government plays.
Well, this
because
is the same
in fact,
America.
your school, you bought. You have that has to be up to code, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
That's government.
Okay.
And so we can't. So this notion of removing ourselves.
Dog, this dude does nothing but push narratives. This is not a conversation. He don't want to talk to anybody. He wants to talk at you. He wants to get you in a soundbite. This is all this is. This is letting you get out one or two words. This is going to run someone into frustration. And then that person is going to finally say something. And then he's going to get a soundbite out of it. This is not a conversation. This is a guy that won't shut his damn mouth to let the other person talk. You actually help more black men than you harm. How many white men have you harmed? Exactly. That's the point, you idiot. Should have never harmed your damn brothers in the first place. But you can't help it, man. You trained well. But this is a shame, Rolland Martin. This is a shame. Listen to this shit.
Oh, you bought. You have that has to be up to code, correct?
Yes, absolutely.
That's government.
Okay.
And so we can't. So this notion of removing ourselves from government just doesn't exist because we deal with it every single day.
Well, in conservatism, we believe in less government.
No, they don't.
No government.
Hold up.
Less
If conservatives believe in less government, why are they passing this bill, which is more government and actually is going to cost? Hold up. This bill is going to cost. Hold up. Here's the other deal. This bill is going to cost Georgia taxpayers $30 million more to make it harder to vote. That I would think, as a fiscal conservative, that's stupid.
It is. I agree.
So if you agree with that, and if you agree that it makes no sense to limit Sunday voting, if you agree that it makes no sense banning outside funding of elections, and you agree that it makes no sense restricting early voting buses to emergencies, in your view, Republicans in Georgia should not be voting for this bill and making these changes, yes or no?
Absolutely. Considering the pros and cons, yeah, definitely. I don't believe the bill should pass. Absolutely.
Gotcha. And what do you make of black Republicans who say nothing about any of this, who frankly are silent in Georgia as this is happening?
I'm very critical of black Republicans and black conservatives when they're not addressing the issues that directly affect us. Absolutely, I don't hold my tongue on that at all. If it's an issue that's directly affecting the black community, that's hurting us, absolutely they get chastised. From Candace Owens all the way down to whoever. Everybody gets chastised. From me, I believe we definitely all of us need some criticism, whatever side you on. So I definitely don't hold my tongue regardless of whatever party they consider themselves in, because I'm independent.
And so when you talk about building what you're doing there, what's the next step for that?
Oh, absolutely. All right. So right now we just purchased our school. And again, we're working with boys 11 to 17. And we're working with grades 6 through 12. We have to renovate our school right now. And after we get finished renovating our school, we're also going to start our summer program where we're going to teach 40 young men how to build 2 houses from the ground up. We're going to get Lowe's to sponsor this for us, and we're going to make that happen. So right now, we're just trying to get all our ducks in a row, get the accreditation that we need, so that way the children can use their diplomas to go to college, et cetera, and also do dual enrollment with Albany Technical College here where we are to work in the skilled trades. Our biggest thing is trying to make sure those children who may not want to go to college also have a way to make it and to see that they can make it. So for me being young and 21 and doing these things for them, I just want to make sure that they know they can be young, black in America and still go make it happen regardless of the stereotypes they give us.
You spoke of accreditation. From who?
We have I think it's the Georgia Accreditation Commission.
That's government.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. See, the point I'm making here is that even with the effort that you're doing, you cannot divorce yourself from government, which means that which means that for you to be even more effective, what's important.
What this is Rolland trying to indoctrinate this guy. So that's me going to stop right there because, well, I'll let it keep going until he get his sound bite. He's going to say it's not his fight, and that's the title of this actual clip that I'm playing. Is that eventually the young brother King Randall is going to say that's not my fight. Excuse me. And Rolland Martin, it's like he brought it up like it was an all black issue. And for King Randall to say it's not his fight, he wanted to take away from him in that way because King Randall is a conservative. So that's all Rolland Martin does. He's definitely played the party lines. And if you're a conservative, he gets way more aggressive with you than he does if you're on the other side. So Tiffany Henyard must be on the other side because he's very soft shoeing with her. He's not questioning what the township is doing and why she's even being sued, not questioning why the bills are not being paid. He's allowing her to basically play the victim and he's going along with it. And it's sad that you did this young man like this, 21 years old. He's ice grilling this kid about an issue that he may not even know about. He's trying to educate him on it on the show, live on air, and then get his response without him even thinking about it. So he's just agreeing with him, like, okay, I agree. Okay, I agree. Well, okay, I'm not done. If you agree with all that, what do you think about your conservative brothers? Do you scold them? Oh yeah, I scold them all. Like they did something wrong. What do they need to be scolded for? They don't need to be scolded for their decision. What kind of grown man asking another grown man, are you scolding some other grown person for their decision? It's groupthink. He's trying to indoctrinate this man to make him think like him. I would have said, I don't think like you. Why would I scold somebody for their absolute right? Are you ignorant or are you educated? Because there's a difference. You could be educated to be indoctrinated to think that what you're saying is smart, but it's actually not. I'm not going to take away someone else's right to vote or to make a decision because it's none of my business. We can be in the same party, but they still have their individual right to make a decision. That's why I'm an independent, because I wouldn't want nobody telling me what I'm thinking and what I'm doing. That's exactly why I'm an independent, because of guys like Rolland Martin. But we're all in the same group, and this is our candidate, so we're going to vote for him. Yeah, but look at what he's saying. This guy's an idiot. I don't want to vote for him. The guy on the other side sounds a little bit better. Oh my God, you're not a part of the group anymore. I can't be a part of the group just because I think this guy is better. Well, fuck you in that group then. Yeah, both sides do it. Why do you think I'm an independent? I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. Because anytime you join a group, I'm the guy who came on the internet and said, I don't belong to no group. I'm going to upset either side at some point because I'm not groupthink. I'm going to agree with you on certain things and I'm not going to agree with you on others. And they don't like people that don't agree and submit all day, every day. I'm not go along, get along. So if it don't make sense to me, I'll let you know I don't like it and I'll be vocal about it and I can articulate it. But most times they be like, you just don't understand. No, I understand. You just don't understand. Yeah, you just don't understand that I'm a different type of, and that's not gonna work on me. Yeah, Kwame, policy, not, let me see. Facts, Kwame, policy, not politician. Absolutely. Rolland Martin is basically part of the go along, get along gang with his mindset. 100% go along, get along gang. He's the guy who dog whistles and blow the whistles on other blacks to make you feel like you ain't black enough. He's making Rolland Martin, he's making brother King Randall feel like, oh, you ain't down with the black cause. And Rolland Martin ain't down with no damn black cause. This dude got, man, listen. I guarantee you could tell his circle of friends. I guarantee you he hang around a lot of white people. It's just the type of white people that's his mindset. That's all it is. These people want to think for you. Why you think they're giving these illegals money? Oh, no. We got it. We'll pay you. They want to think for you. You don't understand how to think. But let's get back to how soft he got on Miss Tiffany Henyard.
But do you have the resources?
Yes.
To pay the bills?
Yes.
So how's there deficit?
Because they won't pay the bills. So it's still on our books. Until we release the check and pay the bill, we still count it as a deficit.
So you say, so you have the money to pay the bills.
Correct.
You're saying your fellow trustees won't pay the bills.
Correct. I give you prime example, just to make me look bad. I give you prime example. My job is to govern. That's what a mayor does. I'm an executive branch, they're the legislative branch. When I go get money and bring back to our community many grants, they refuse to pay things for residents. I created a roof and window program. They would not vote to pay the vendors to fix the roof and windows for our seniors and our veterans. Why? The money's there. It's in a bank account. You can see it. Why would they not pay the bill? So therefore, that program got on hold. These are things I created when I became the mayor of Dolton. But yet people don't see your vision. It's people trying to take over government, and I won't allow it. They didn't do it prior to the other mayor having it. Why did nobody do any of the things they doing to me?
So when all of this began?
So they got the money to pay it, but they're just letting the Dolton be in $2 million debt because they just feel like it, because they don't like her. Now the trustees and everybody else say they're in $7 million in debt. And one of the ladies already predicted, the one that challenged her about this truck situation, she already predicted that this young lady was going to blame them. When in every meeting that they have live, it's people in there saying, hey, you are going to bankrupt this city. You're going to bankrupt our town. Stop it. You stop spending so much. You're taking too many lavish trips. This SUV that you bought don't make no sense. Hiring your boyfriends or your ex allegedly don't make no sense. She ain't listening to nobody, but she comes up here and I guess, Rolland Martin, she must have known that he's going to give her a safe passage and don't question her. But every time she's in front of one of them white reporters, she don't look so hot. Let me find that interview where that white guy was asking her, hey, have you ever been to Vegas? Boy, she was uncomfortable as hell. But up here, she looks like she's real confident because she knows she's not about to be asked no real question.
And this not paying of the city's bills.
So it's funny you asked that question. That's a great question. All this turmoil started right when I became mayor. So that showed me right then and there that the plot was to remove me from office right in the beginning. I wasn't even in office for a good month before my board started to sit here and start to try to remove me from my seat that I earned and won by 82%, remind you, 82%, taking out an incumbent that had the seat prior to me.
So when your fellow trustees, let's say Kiana Belcher, she's quoted as saying mismanagement of funds. You're saying, no, it's not mismanagement. They're just not paying bills.
That's correct.
And so when you hear that from her, then what's the response? And if that's the case, have you released publicly the list of bills that they don't pay?
Yes.
And where's that?
So that is normally on my website, or it is on my social media platform. And I verbally said at board meetings, you can see it when they go and they take out bills, they verbally tell you what they're taking out. Therefore, people can just add it up in the council meeting. So you can know and you can follow exactly what bills they're not paying. And it adds up. Eventually you get to $1 million, then $2 million. And then also they have legal bills of $2 million of suing me for different reasons, like what you're saying to you.
Who sued you?
The trustees. They take me to court for anything they say, right? Then we go to court and I won. I won over 24 cases. Yesterday I just got word I won another case. So I'm 25-0. So how is it possibly the mayor of Dolton? People got to pause and think like, dang, she keep winning.
She says she's 25-0. The trustee says she is 5 and she only had 5 cases and 3 of them are still pending and 2 of them she won. So they're way off in what's what and who's who. So I don't know. But the problem is, why are you being sued in the first place?
If she keep winning, we got to look at the trustees. They're the ones that's spending the money on legal bills. Their attorney, which is legislative counsel. No, for what?
So you're saying that the trustees are not paying bills.
Correct.
In addition, by them constantly suing you, they're now piling up legal bills, and that is what's also contributing to the deficit of the state.
That's correct. And then we also had contracts that was needed to be negotiated when I came in office for police, for fire, and for public works. So once we negotiate some of those contracts, of course, that adds to the deficit because now you have to increase people pay. And we've done that. You got retro pay, you got all kinds of things that take into account. But what they're not telling you is what I'm telling you here. People got to state facts so people understand. Right now, just throw this out there, throw that out there, and no facts to back it up.
What I'm trying to understand is this is not a large city. Okay, I spent 6 years in Chicago, so whether you're talking about Dolton, Harvey, we're not talking about large cities.
Right.
There's a whole lot of drama for a town of 20,000 people.
I agree, but it's led by one person.
Who?
Their legislative council. He want to take me out of my seat.
Who is that?
That is Bert Oderson.
So you think all this is because he wants to beat you?
Yes, he wants the position of corporate counsel.
Explain that.
Corporate counsel is the one that run the day-to-day for a village. They're the one that sit next to the mayor at the board meetings, and they basically have all the lawsuits. So anybody that sues our village, he will be the person that go and defend it. So it's all about contract. It's all about a power grab. That's all it is.
So is he a fellow? He's a trustee?
No. He's the trustees.
Now, is Rolland Martin going to forget that the feds are allegedly going to come in and investigate this woman? He's not going to ask her anything about the feds.
Legislative counsel. So they use him to fight against me. So I'll give you another example. They just had a secret squirrel meeting. What I mean by secret squirrel meeting, an illegal meeting they had at our park district. When they had our park district,
When you say it's a legal meeting, why are you calling it a legal meeting?
Because they cannot go and have quorum. That's the open meeting violation of 4 people. They do that every time. So now they're trying to have their own separate government. When we have board meetings, it's the first of every month.
Yeah, first of all, official board meetings have to be posted.
Correct.
Have you filed any complaints with the state attorney general?
Yes.
Saying they are meeting illegally?
Yes, so we working on that, meaning we posted it and we filed it. So now we're just waiting on a response for that. So once we get the response, we will share with the public. But you can't sit here and have your own separate government. We either gonna get along or we're not. But we're not gonna get along. You wait till election time and therefore you run against me. That's how this goes. But yet you put all this negativity in our village, putting everybody in danger, and I don't appreciate that.
When you say putting everyone in danger, how so?
Like you have people that come out from New York, people that come from all over and fly into our town just to get stories and follow us around. And then they go in our village halls, harass our residents, harass our staff. So it's become more than what people are seeing.
So you're saying, so because of the attacks on you, you had stories in the New York Post, Fox News, other places, and you're saying all of that has contributed to these attacks directly on you and residents?
Correct.
You've been, talk about the threats that you had to deal with.
Oh, wow. Tons of threats. It's in email, it's in text form, it's on voicemail. People come to our village and threaten us. People have been arrested for.
Well, let me get this straight. So nothing is her fault. Everybody's just threatening her. And Rolland Martin is giving the softest interview I've ever seen. Like, he's not saying nothing, like no pushback with all the stuff that's in the news about this woman. With all, like, he ain't gonna bring up not one of those things to say, well, what about this? What about that? He was not letting King Randall get 2 words out. Is he just doing this because she's a woman? Or is this how he always is with the people on his political side of the aisle. This makes no sense. King Randall opens a school and has to be pressured into agreeing with everything this guy says. But he's giving no pushback to this woman that took $10,000 from the township for her own charity, which was news, which she admitted. But he didn't ask none of that. Why? We know he's a good interviewer. Maybe this is why. Watch this. Watch this, y'all. I think I found out why. Because all he had to do was just do a simple Google search. And then he can get this woman on words, on record, and ask, why did you sound like this when asked simple questions, though? I get what you're saying, but why sound like this when asked simple questions?
Politician's charity has attracted the attention of the Illinois Attorney General after failing to file financial documents. We've reported on Tiffany Henyard before. She holds 2 elected positions, Dolton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor. She also prides herself on raising money for cancer patients.
But as investigative reporter Ben Bradley reports, she's now facing penalties for not reporting how she spent the money.
Tiffany Henyard collected $287,000 back in 2022 from her 2 elected positions. That's the same year she founded a charity in her name, a charity that has received considerable tax dollars but hasn't filed basic records with the Illinois Attorney General.
Now, this is a WGN9 investigates, right? Now, get this. They said that this foundation was in her name. And she didn't sue them, right? So let's hear that again. This is important. They're saying that this foundation is in her name. On Rolland Martin's show, she's going to say it's not in my name. It's nothing on it. And he gave no pushback. He didn't go reference this source, nothing. He just let it slide. So let's listen.
Two elected positions. That's the same year she founded a charity in her name, a charity that has received considerable tax dollars but hasn't filed basic records with the Illinois Attorney General or the IRS that would show how cancer patients have actually benefited.
I want people to know that I'm caring.
Tiffany Henyard told me in November she cares. Apparently so much so, it's also the name of her charity. Check it out. The Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation posts videos highlighting walks and other events that prominently feature the politician proudly promoting her cancer charity.
I just want people to know that, hey, Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation is here. We will help anybody in need.
She certainly may help some, but Henyard's charity has failed to file required financial statements showing income and expenses. WGN Investigates obtained this letter from December in which the Illinois Attorney General threatened civil penalties are imposed against persons who do not register with this office as required.
But there's no foundation in the state of Illinois moving like we move, moving like we go. Right? That's right.
Henyard mixes her 2 taxpayer-funded jobs and charity work.
That's it.
That's Keith Freeman sitting next to her at a Dolton meeting where he's the village administrator. Freeman is also an advisor to Thornton Township, and he's the guy listed as the registered agent of Tiffany Henyard's foundation.
I think it's just about personal gain and trying to use it as more of a publicity type thing.
Chris Gonzalez is the last surviving critic of Henyard on the Thornton Township board. He and other critics say public money has been used to fund Henyard's private charity. They say board members were asked to approve a $10,000 payment to the foundation in 2022, days before a much publicized cancer walk from Dolton to Springfield. Thornton Township credit card records show taxpayers then footed the bill for more than $10,000 in hotel rooms along the route.
I saw the video. Township vehicles being used, township employees being used. Once again, were they paid? Were they given comp time or things of that nature? So there's just, unfortunately, there's a long list. Hotel use, meals.
I should have to sit up here and break all this down.
Henyard sometimes shouts down or shuts down questions about expenses while presiding over public meetings, as we learned in November. That's when we reported Thornton Township taxpayers spent thousands of dollars on a trip to Las Vegas, where a shopping center conference was underway. Henyard and her allies spent thousands on everything from steak dinners to hotels and what appeared to be first-class airfare.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Now, Rolland Martin, whose fault is that? Now, could there be some deception there, Rolland? Seeing that this woman will sit there and not be able to answer a simple question like that, and it's the taxpayers' money that sent her out there? Styles by Hustle Locks, 10K on hotels. She got a big security team. And obviously, she got a good taste in what type of hotel she like. You heard her. She said the budget $30 million. You think she want a shabby hotel? She wants suites. Yeah, a couple nights out there and some suites. 3 or 4 people. I can see each room being a couple thousand a night. Yeah, a couple thousand a night. Living large. She's the super mayor. You can't be the super mayor and do regular things. You got to travel super. You got to have a super security team. You got to be in super dinners. You got to have super everything. But when she's asked real questions, she ain't comfortable like she is on Rolland Martin's show. When she's asked real questions, she's not comfortable. He had a lot more smoke for King Randall, shaking my head. Exactly. King Randall said do for self because King Randall ideology goes against Rolland Martin's liberal mindset. He was trained to think the way he thinks. You can't do it without government. This and that. All King Randall is saying, yes, less government. We know getting the ID is government. Doing everything, most of this stuff is government. Getting married is government. But you got to move within the system. That's why he's saying less government. And you grill this man for that, getting up and creating his own lane. But you don't grill a woman that's on camera with credit card bills in Vegas and all this stuff on people's hard-earned money. And you won't call into question, hey, maybe that's why these people can't pay these bills.
Thousands on everything from steak dinners to hotels and what appeared to be first-class airfare.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Did you fly first class to Las Vegas?
Any other questions?
Actually, we have a lot more questions, but neither Tiffany Henyard nor her advisor, Keith Freeman, responded to our request for comment. And the 2 governments they control have stopped releasing financial records requested by us under the Freedom of Information Act. The Illinois Attorney General plans to make another demand for information from Henyard's charity this week. If no records are produced, the AG can ask a court to remove the foundation's officers and issue a fine of up to $1,000. Ben Bradley, WGN Investigates.
See, Rolland, if you was being fair, you would have simply just went to that video and just brought it up to her and say, hold on. You know, we got to get this right here, this question answered. But no, you couldn't do that. You couldn't even do that. You got to make it seem like they're attacking a black woman. It's just the other side, pushing the narrative. But with King Randall, you don't have those provisions. You don't have those safeties. King Randall can be talked about. You can attack this man. You can ice grill the man for opening a school. Makes sense. Goddamn gatekeepers.
Coming and threatening us, it's all types of things it's a record of that warrants why we need security. And it said, because people got to understand, I am a single black parent with a daughter, 4-year-old, that go in and out of my house. You got people pulling up, taking pictures. You even got that trustee, that Kiana Belcher, came to my house, took pictures of my house, and then spread it out, gave it to everybody, causing me and my family to be in much danger. And these are the things we reported, we talk about, we tell people. It's just a vindictive against me, and I don't appreciate it at all. I just don't.
When you look at how you're being framed. You are being called crazy, deranged, saying that you are stealing funds. You also you have a charity that from the Attorney General's office is, I understand they sent a cease and desist letter to your foundation.
I don't know nothing about that. I'm not crazy. I'm not
You have
deranged.
Tiffany Henyard Cares, your foundation. So the Attorney General's office hasn't reached out to you regarding your foundation?
So I want to set the record straight. I don't have a foundation. I am a supporter of anybody that's struggling with cancer. My mom had breast cancer, and I'm always push anybody that has that. If someone uses my name to push their charity, or if you say this is Tiffany t-shirt, people gonna buy it. Because right now, consider what? Clickbait. People.
So her response to Tiffany Henyard Cares, where she's openly with a shirt on, running and walking, supporting this foundation, she's now saying it's not her foundation and that she's allowing someone to use her name. Why would she do that? Rolland sat there and let this woman say this BS, and he didn't say nothing. Even though the news already reported that it's in her name, and the other guy that's on her board, the guy that's on her board that's sitting next to her is her registered agent. What in the world is going on here? Oh, let me get this Negro out my chat. Holla. They should stop focusing on black men. Hold on. Black dude on MSNBC said the Democrats should stop focusing on black men and concern themselves with Asian and Latino men. Wow. Damn. Thanks a lot. Rolland is one of those old gatekeepers. For sure, for sure. We can see it. This shit is plain as day. This nigga a gatekeeper. He try to tell you how to think. He got those fast words because he's not trying to have a conversation with you. He's trying to push a narrative to you and the audience. And the way he does that with this fake smart talking is that he'll make a crowd like you or dislike you because he's not going to let you get your true thoughts out. He's not going to let you articulate yourself and explain. He's just going to make you 1 or 2 word answer. World full of victims and liars. No corrections. Man. Salute to you, Style. This don't make no sense, man. He didn't give no pushback on this garbage.
My mom had breast cancer, and I'm always push anybody that has that. If someone uses my name to push their charity, or if you say this is Tiffany t-shirt, people gonna buy it. Because right now, consider what? Clickbait. People make money off of my name by views. So you just say my name.
You say you don't have a foundation.
I do not. And that's why I tell everybody, go do your research. I'm not on anything.
So when we see all of this back and forth, when we see this going back and forth, have you, and I've seen this happen before with school districts, I've seen this happen before with city councils, have you called in the state to come mediate?
Did I call in the state?
Have you reached out to the state to come in and mediate what's going on here? So I've seen school boards where you have lots of drama, and Texas Education Agency, comes in and deals with that. You're having these issues there. Have you reached out to state lawmakers? Have you reached out to state representatives, senators to say, hey, how can we resolve these issues? Because if they're not paying bills, if legal fees are piling up, that's just more taxpayer money being spent.
Correct. And yes, we have. So maybe 2 people might have reached out to us in the beginning. We was doing kumbaya. We was having meetings. We was talking about what we have an issue with one another. The sad thing is, it just reminded me of high school. It's just a he say, she say thing. Well, I don't like you because of this, or I don't understand this. It was more of that than basically taking care of the business of the town. We got elected to serve. That's it. We didn't get elected to make sure we like one another. And that's why I get upset with people that are in government. I want them to put their differences to the side and do what's right for the people. That's it. That's why I'm in this seat, because I care about my town. I won by 82% because people know and they saw me doing the work.
So when you, so let's talk about, because
Oh man, I've been talking this whole time and my mic ain't on. Yo, I forgot I hit this little mic thing. This is the first time I hit the little mic thing, so my mic was on mute. But yo, this is crazy, man. I don't know what the hell I was saying this whole time. Let me see if I can remember something. That's fucked up. Her policies is shut up and pay up, basically. I'm deaf, I only hear music. Hold on, let me go back so I can get my train of thought back and say what I said before.
That's why I'm in this seat, because I care about my time. I won by 82% because people know and they saw me doing the work.
So when you, so let's talk about, because
Okay, I remember. Okay, I said Rolland Martin could have kicked to the part where he could have asked her, okay, if you care about your people, then why is there a lady alleging that you shot at her? Why is there a woman saying that you shot at her if you care about your people? Why is there a black man that's saying, that owns a U-Haul company that's saying you closing down his business, that you're harassing and threatening him because he didn't donate? Why is there a bar owner, 2 bar owners that you made the news for saying you shut them down as revenge? Why is the trustee board saying that you're locking them out of meetings? Why is the citizens of Dolton on the news saying that you took them down to the basement, had a 4-minute meeting, and then left the building? Why are all these things being said? He asked none of those questions. It's just kind of alarming how soft he was in this interview compared to the King Randall when King Randall opened the school.
read different stories and I'm trying to understand what they mean. So let's talk about a meeting. Your critics say you came dressed up as Nino Brown playing Bitch Better Have My Money. Did that happen?
Oh, wow. Okay, so let me clear that up so we can understand. I did not come as Nino Brown. I did a scene for Martin. One thing I am, I'm young. So I try to make sure I reach my young voters.
You did a scene for Martin. Where? Was it Dolton or Thornton Township?
This is Dolton. This is all of the village, really.
Okay, got it.
All the smoke and the heat coming from my mayoral seat, but they mix the two because people don't understand the difference between the two. But I did come as a scene from Martin. I even made fun about it and did a skit and posted on my TikTok just to show people my sense of humor side. Because at the end of the day, you got to meet the voters where they are. You got to meet the youth where they are. And that it did work. People pay attention to the meetings. They come in, they check out and see what's going on. And just give you a little more clarity of it. We had an election. And I was being funny about it. Somebody knows something, meaning somebody knew where the votes went. During the election, the night of the election, we won, one of our candidates. And then come like a week or two later, all of a sudden the votes disappeared. So somebody took all the votes through mail-in ballots. So I went in and I was like, somebody knows something. That's all it was. It was before my meeting, not during my meeting. And you can watch it, you'll see it was before. Everybody left, even the people that's into it with me. Everybody left, because that's all it was. It was just a sense of humor, and they took it and flipped it into this big thing that you see.
So if that's the case, then are you looking at making adjustments in terms of how you operate, how you govern? Because they're criticizing that. They're criticizing you putting up billboards. I mean, literally, they're criticizing attire, you name it.
Yeah. So it's sad to see that because you would think somebody will reach out and say, hey, Mayor, I want to work with you. Let's sit down and talk and go over things that I think you should improve or change. A lot of people just upset because I am a trendsetter. I am a trailblazer. I am showing people what they should have done with the seats, with S, before I took over. And as you know, I want to do the work. So I ask the lawyers what I can and what I cannot do. And when they tell me what I can do, I go and I execute. There's nothing wrong with billboards because they are providing service. If it was something so wrong with billboards, people wouldn't have cut our phone lines. Like an example of other things we deal with. They cut our phone lines over at my supervisor position because that's what we put the billboards up. It's talking about service.
They cut our phone lines. Who's that?
They cut our phone lines. It was the college, South Suburban College.
Okay.
And they went ahead and service in over 30 years, never been cut. But the minute I put up a billboard, the line get cut. So now when people call the phone number, how do you get services? So now you get people complaining saying the number don't work. You got all these issues, things like that. These are the things I'm dealing with that people.
Yeah, she talking fast and slick, boy. Oh my goodness. This lady is funny. I'm still on mute. Y'all can't hear me? Yo. Hey. Mute. No sound. It's looking like everything is on. Oh, you good? You good? Okay. Hey, come on, mic check 1 2 1 2. I'm like, wait a minute, goddamn, this ain't happening again. When I saw it say mute, I clicked it off. I'm like, wait a minute, no, that's wrong. Click it back on. I'm like, wait a minute, no, everything is on. Shit, you scared me now. I done forgot what the hell I was about to say about this woman. Let's play the video.
People don't know, the public don't see, and you don't never hear me talk about it. I just go through the motions and just deal with it. But it actually has been working. All our numbers are up about 3-4 times in every department, especially the food department.
Our numbers are up. What numbers?
The numbers. So for instance, I'll give you an example. So our food pantry, we used to feed maybe 100, 150 people a day. We now feed 500 people a day. So when people talk, they should go research the numbers of back then and then research my numbers and compare. I'm putting that together just so I can show the public, because now it's all about showing people that everybody been lying this entire time doing a smear campaign. So now I'm gonna show them, and then now you judge, because y'all all judging, meaning people out there are judging off of hearsay, false allegations, and not facts. Get facts first, and then make your judgment.
Take me.
Man, what the world did she just say? First of all, the woman proved that your name was on the piece of paper, and you said, I don't see that. So the truth is what you say it is. Yeah, the truth is what you say it is. And then secondly, what the hell was the word that you just said, lady? Did you say false allegations? False allegations? Man, this is a hood booger in office, man. I don't care what nobody say. Y'all just like this lady because she black. This is a hood booger. She don't deserve to be no mayor. This lady talking about false allegations. That is not no mayoral type of person. That anybody can talk like this. False allegations ain't it. We can get a better representation than this. I'm sorry. False allegations is not it. There's plenty of black women out there that could, No. Let me slow this down so we all can catch it. False allegations. The hell you talking about? Hold up.
Doing a smear campaign. So now I'm gonna show them, and then now you judge, because y'all all judging, meaning people out there are judging off of hearsay, false allegations, and not facts. Are judging off of hearsay, false allegations, and not people out there are judging off of hearsay, false allegations, and not out there are judging off of hearsay, false allegations, and not.
Yo, we got to stop doing identity politics, y'all. I promise you, we got to stop. We got to stop doing identity politics. I'm telling you, the shit ain't gonna go over well, man. Oh man, this is bad. False allegations.
Not facts. Get facts first, and then make your judgment.
Take me through what took place with the change in pay for the Thornton position. Again, what your critics say is you laid an effort to cut the salary if you don't get reelected, but the salary stays the same if you are reelected.
And see, that's again what I mean by research and what I say in the media and everybody doing the smear campaign. It's an ordinance already on the books. They didn't tell you that, right?
No, what's the ordinance?
The ordinance is on the books. My predecessor, he created that ordinance and it's already there. That if he was to run or not run, that the salary drops. It's already there.
Okay, so you're saying prior to you coming there, that was that his decision or was that the Thornton Township trustees' decision?
Well, it's them as a group because they have to vote on it. It's
right.
Ordinance form, so yes, it was everybody's.
So you're saying that predated you?
Yes, and it's there. I have the proof for it.
Okay,
yes.
so so the salary is currently what?
For myself, $224.
So when there's the next election, then if the current supervisor is not reelected, then it drops to what?
25.
Do you know what the rationale was for that?
Well, it was, like I just stated, it was already on the books, but no one did the research. They went and did this whole story of, hey, Tiffany did X, Y, Z. Now, don't get me wrong. We did cut the private salary was $50K.
So I'm sorry, cut what?
$50,000. The ordinance that I'm talking about.
Right.
It was $50,000 that they created. Now we cut it in half. We did do that because everybody said we make too much money. So we did do that.
Okay, but it was cut from what, 224 to 50?
No.
What I'm trying to say, what was 50?
The ordinance that they created.
Okay.
Meaning the previous person before me. That's what they created before me. So it was $50,000. So no matter what or who ran against that person, it was already dropping to those numbers.
It was dropping from
whatever their salary was, which is the 224 to $50,000.
Okay, and then when you came in,
I dropped it to $25,000. All I did was cut the 50 to
25
in half.
And why was that?
Because everyone said the salary was too high. So all I did was just reduce it by half. That's it. But do you understand what I'm saying? It was already on the books. It was never going to stay to something ever. It was always going to drop down.
And you're saying that predated you?
It does. Yes, we have the ordinance. If you like the ordinance, we can give it to you.
What is your relationship with the township trustees? Because again, there are two different entities here.
Correct.
How many trustees are you dealing with the city of Dolton?
6.
6. How many are you dealing with Thornton Township?
4.
Okay. So do you have issues with the Thornton Township?
Actually, I don't. It might be one person that might not want to agree with things there, but everybody else is on board. I have no issue like I do in Dolton.
So just say most of all this drama is really happening with the city of Dolton.
Correct.
The trustees on Thursday voted for a resolution asking the FBI to investigate. Do you support that to help clear you, or do you believe their action was wrong?
So, as I stated, and I made a statement for the news, there is no subpoenas in my office and no one that we know of regarding the investigation. So
right. What I'm saying
that
is they passed the resolution calling for a federal investigation. And so what I'm asking is, are you saying, hey, if I did nothing wrong, fine, y'all come and investigate, or do you believe the action of these trustees was improper?
I think they should investigate everybody. And that way you see who is clear, period. And I will talk to this more at my board meeting on Monday. Because if you're going to do one, do everybody.
Well, first of all, if
you're gonna do one, do everybody. Dang, this is bigger than Nino Brown. She's still in character. Yeah, this ain't just about me. If you're gonna do me, do everybody then. Cause I ain't gonna say I ain't do nothing. But if you're gonna come and find out what I did, find out what everybody did. Oh man. Woo.
If the federal authorities, I know how federal investigations work. Once they come in, they don't look at one person. They actually examine everything. We're chatting with the mayor of Dolton, Illinois, Tiffany Henyard. She joins me here in studio. So I asked you before we went to the break. I talked about this charity and the Illinois Attorney General's office. This is from CBS affiliate there. Says that the accusation comes at the same time the Illinois Attorney General's office told Henyard's charity multiple times in recent months to stop improperly soliciting donations because it had not registered with the state as required by law. And you said it's not your charity. Okay. So were you ever? Show the video here. I'm trying to understand this here. So this is a video of you marching with the charity. So what is this?
So what they're not telling you is we literally walked to Springfield to create a bill to help anybody that suffered from cancer, whether it's the village of Dolton, Thornton Township, and then I increased it to the state of Illinois. And that bill will help people by giving them $10,000. And that's a bill that we actually are initiating, and we're still working on it. When I went through the Republican states, the Republican areas, we didn't have any issue. Everybody was on board because everybody is suffering from cancer, know someone that passed or is actually going through it. So that was the whole purpose of the walk, to basically bring awareness and bring people together. That's what the whole purpose of it is.
But if you had, so there were folks with signs saying Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation. Who was that?
What do you mean? It's everybody. Everybody was there.
No. What I'm saying is, what is the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation? You said it's not affiliated with you at all.
Correct.
Well, what is it?
So someone made up a foundation. They named it after me, and they like my work that I do in the community, and it's called Tiffany Henyard Cares. So we all went.
But they weren't registered. Have you contacted them and told them you can't use my name improperly?
Well, my lawyer's handling a lot of that stuff, so all I can tell you is that I'm not the one on anything. That's all that I can tell you right now. So I'm just trying to answer to the.
So you're saying there's a foundation that's not registered, but it has nothing to do with you?
Correct. That's true.
Man, where did this lady come from? So why would she allow, as mayor, why would she allow somebody to use her name? And she spend her time, spend Dalton's money to go do stuff with the name of her foundation that's not her foundation. Why would she do all that? Is she doing it for a kickback? Her right-hand man is allegedly the registered agent. Like, this lady, this makes no sense.
Okay, so you're not aware of any of the work that they've done, money that they've raised, anything along those lines?
Correct.
Okay. Again, go back to your trustees. They have talked about travel. So let's speak about that. When you're traveling, are you traveling on behalf of the city of Dolton or Thornton Township?
It depends. It depends on what it is. So if I'm going to Recon, Recon is a big platform for economic development, where people go from all over. It's the largest in the nation, and everybody go to basically promote their plot of land. So you want to bring a Starbucks to town. You want to bring, for instance, Maswell, the Trump Center. So things like that is what we go for. And then our job is to bring those things back, work on a plan. It might not happen this year. It might happen 2 years out plan. And that's what people don't understand. They think it should happen right now. You went to this conference. What did you do? Right now, you could be working on a deal, and come the next term, the next mayor or the next trustee or whoever will benefit from it. That's how it works.
Do you have policies in your city as it relates to travel, as it relates to flying first class, what types of hotels to stay in to minimize expenses for the city?
Well, we have a budget. So as long as it's in the budget, you can basically go to any conference. Any conference you
I understand the budget, but so for instance, there are, I've covered City Hall, covered county government, where they establish, where they say, like for instance, City of New Orleans has a policy that city officials don't fly first class. Do you have that?
We do not.
Do you believe you should have a policy? Because again, the critics are that you're flying first class, that you're staying in four-season hotels, high-dollar hotels, having what they call extravagant dinners, and those are your critics. Are you as a city official, in order to make sure that you'll be on reproach, looking at establishing a city policy in terms of how money is spent when traveling?
This is the way I feel about it. People will talk about anybody because they're not doing the work. They only talk about the people that's at the top, the ones that are doing the work. They telling you about travel. I mean,
wow. Whoa. They only talk about people that's at the top. So she's letting you know she's above you. They only talk about people that's at the top doing the work. So everybody else ain't doing nothing. Even though she delegate a lot of work to people that are so-called at the bottom, she at the top. Man.
Your studio right now talking about travel. What we should be talking about is the $15 million I brought back to my community.
No, I understand that.
No, I know, but I'm pointing it out. But we arguing over travel.
No. But the reality is, this is a conversation that members of Congress have to deal with. That mayors, city council members, county commissioners. As I said, I've covered Fort Worth City Council, Travis County Commissioners Court. I've covered City Council in Dallas, and this is one of the things that people often look to. They look at in terms of public officials, being proper use of taxpayer dollars. And one of the areas, this happened with Kwame Patrick when he was mayor of Detroit. He was highly criticized for the use of the city's credit card and how he was traveling. And so what I'm saying is, if you have those critics, we're not talking about a large city. We're not talking about a massive budget.
I can't take no more of this lady. Salute to y'all, man. I'm about to get up out of this thing. I hope y'all had a marvelous time over here with a bus. I hope y'all had a marvelous time over here with a bus. I gotta go get my mic stand so I can do my other live with my new mic and my new plugins. But yeah, man, y'all have a blessed day. This woman is a flat out liar. Jesus Christ. I'm gone.